blow it slowly into the oil, don't let it burn. Basically. And then we're just gonna hit our fry timer right here.
Right there.
Yep. Now we're waiting for that duty timer. So now when that duty timer comes up, again, hit the timer, take it out of the oil slowly, give it a little shake so that we don't get stuck together, and then lower it back into the oil.
Okay.
So this one will probably go off before anybody else. Yep, there we go.
Did you order anything yourself?
I'm going to take plenty.
French
fries for the plane.
Do you think they should raise minimum
You see the
wage?
people over there? That is thousands of people.
Blocks down, Mr. President.
That's great. Huh?
Blocks down. How you doing, sir? Good to see you, sir.
That's my guy.
President, how much are you getting paid? How much are you getting paid?
Not enough.
Do you think they should
want
raise
more.
the minimum wage?
I want more money.
Do you think the minimum wage?
I'll tell you what, it's a great franchise. It's a great company.
Okay, so that looks pretty bad. Donald Trump in the last couple of weeks before the election holding a stunt where he's working the fryer because of an obsession that we will talk about in just a moment. Bear in mind, it's worse than it looks. He had sold this as him working. He's gonna work a shift at McDonald's. He didn't. They shut down the McDonald's. They had, I guess, some of his people drive cars up to it or whatever and shout at him. And that could have actually generated something. Like there was a question like, hey, you're doing this job that people don't get paid that much for. Like maybe raise the minimum wage. And he just moved on with his life after making a joke about how he needs more money, the billionaire. When he was asked about all of the actual people who do that work getting more money, he was no longer interested in having the conversation. So I'm almost glad that he did this for that reason. But of course, all of this is founded on Donald Trump and many of the Republicans' obsession with the bizarre theory that Kamala Harris did not in fact work at McDonald's decades ago, because when she was going to law school and applying for professional jobs out of law school, she did not list McDonald's on her resume. To anybody who is not firmly in the grip of the actual Trump derangement syndrome, none of this makes any sense. That Donald Trump would have this obsession. But he is so obsessed with it that he has not only constantly mentioned it at rallies, on True Social, bleeding out, she's never worked at McDonald's, a total lie. They refused to report this fact. What fact? You're saying she didn't put it on a resume. That's not a fact that she didn't work there. But he actually set up this event. He is so tired that he can't do interviews anymore, okay? But he did have time to spend an afternoon at McDonald's doing this stunt where he cosplays as a working class person doing the first 4 minutes of actual work in his life so that he could advance the bizarre racist conspiracy theory that Kamala Harris didn't work at McDonald's in the 80s.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
I don't understand it, Sharon. What do you think is going on here?
Well, I think he's going to go the next step then and say she didn't work at McDonald's in the 80s because she wasn't in the country, wasn't born here or something. I'm surprised he hasn't taken that leap so far. But this is why there is that saying, one fry short of a Happy Meal or whatever it is. He couldn't even work I worked at McDonald's. I never put it on my resume either, okay? He is the guy wearing the big red shoes today and the yellow suit or tan. He just doesn't want there to be a real discussion about the American people and what's going on with us and how the office of the presidency of the United States can help. He's not interested in that discussion. And perhaps that's a very honest thing because he has no intention of helping the American people should he infect the White House again.
You're 100% right. I also think he just doesn't have it in him to try to get elected by making the case. All he has is, I'm going to viciously attack the person I'm going up against. I'm going to viciously attack Hillary Clinton. I'm going to viciously mock Joe Biden. I'm going to make up stuff about Kamala Harris because we just can't come up with anything real to that sticks. And that's all he has. He is just such a petty little a-hole and a self-destructive, self-sabotaging petty little a-hole. And so he's produced these moments, which I guess I guess he thinks this is good for him. I will give him credit. At least they didn't just AI generate it in this case. I think he could have spent this time actually going to a church or something rather than AI generating it, or really hanging out with people of color rather than just AI generating it. But anyway, he has been rightly mocked. Drudge Report put this up on their front page. One fry short of a Happy Meal. They got your comment there, McDonald. Although we here at TDR prefer Donald McClownald. I think that was producer Ashley's comment. People tweeted stuff like, "Man, the Bears season 4 is low energy," which I love. Breaking: McDonald's replaces the Hamburglar with another well-known felon. By the way, and I don't want to be a petty a-hole on the level that he is, but where is your goddamn hairnet, Donald Trump? You don't work the fryer with your hair loose. And I ask that because I know why you're not wearing the hairnet. If you were to, there would be visual consequences to that, I think. But anyway, as sad as Donald Trump doing this because of his hang-up about Harris is, Donald Trump cannot be as sad as the people who have to pretend that what he's doing is cool. So Charlie Kirk tweeted, "This is Deep Blue Philadelphia. These people are gathered to catch a glimpse of Donald Trump trolling Kamala from inside McDonald's." Riley Gaines says, "A multi-billionaire is serving at the McDonald's drive-through window. Hilarious. Truly a man of the people." Yes, truly a man of the people, because who among them has not shut down a restaurant to pretend to serve food to advance a racist conspiracy theory? Truly a man of the people. Elon Musk just put 2 fire emojis because Elon Musk is less creative and energetic than even Donald Trump. That's the best he could come up with. And Richard Grinnell says, "We don't deserve him. Which McDonald's did Kamala work at?" We don't deserve him. I agree. We deserve far better than this. Any other thoughts?
Which McDonald's now? It's just, I know the McDonald's I worked at because I was from a small town and there was only really one at the center of town, and Burger King was at the other end. Wendy's was across the street from McDonald's. My town, you could walk it. I don't understand the question. I don't understand why this is even important, except that she came from a working class family who couldn't afford a trust fund or to go to some kind of boarding school, military school, if you're misbehaving, perhaps for him. I'm trying to recall the details. Otherwise, she's an open book. And, this is the same guy who tackled her allergies. Can we just talk about what effect? He said something about this is very messy and this is very dangerous. This is serious stuff because she has seasonal allergies. Yep. He's a nincompoop.
Thank you, Sharon, for reminding me of that. He tried to get a news cycle going about how she was not qualified to be president because she has seasonal allergies. He's so pathetic. Which McDonald's did Kamala work out? What job did Trump literally ever work in his entire life? Like at all. That was not given to him by a family member. Harris has worked. She's worked. She had many jobs. She actually worked. She had to make something of herself. Donald Trump was, see how they can turn a guy who evaded military service because of bone spurs, had literally everything in his life handed to him, as a man of the people against all of these people who've actually had to make something for themselves. It is such a bizarre, sick political movement.